What's up YouTube? In today's YouTube video, I'm going to go over the best settings in the Black Ops 6 beta. These settings will apply to both week 1 and week 2 of the beta. So we're going to be starting off in the graphic setting. The graphic settings are basically the same as MW3, but the settings are a little bit different. They're kind of like changed. It's kind of confusing, but I'll explain it to you. So I play in full screen borders, so that way I can alt tab better, but full screen exclusive gives you better FPS, but it doesn't really matter. And then aspect ratio, keep that in automatic. And then for display gamma, CPU RGB, 2.2 for the display gamma. And then brightness just is custom to everybody. I just have mine set at 50 still. The eco mode, have this set to custom, and then off, and unlimited. And then optimal, and then off, and then 0, and then off. And then for quality, have your quality thing set to custom. Your render resolution, you want this set to 100 unless your PC is really bad. Then you can turn it down a little bit. Dynamic resolution, have this off. Fidelity cast is the upscaling I use. This makes your game look a lot better. It does hurt your performance a little bit, but it makes it look a lot better. And then the VRAM target skill, I had this mine set to 70 because I was getting a lot of hitching when I was streaming, but when I'm off stream, I play at like 90. And then variable rate shading, have this on, and then low, off, low, very low, off, low, minimal, low, very low, off, low, off. So it's, same as MW3 basically. Oh, I forgot to explain the on-demand texture streaming. So they made it so you can't just get rid of the on-demand texture streaming. That's kind of stupid. So you have to have it set to minimal, and then you want to have this set to like the lowest it can be. So allocated texture cache size, you want that set to 16, and then download limits on, and have the download limit set to 1 GB daily. So that way it downloads the least amount of textures possible. I don't know why you have to have that set to on. It's kind of stupid. It's a stupid change. Hopefully they change it back. We'll see though. And then local texture streaming quality, want that on low. So that way they're the worst quality textures you can have to give you the best performance, obviously. And then for your view, you want motion reduction off, field of view set to 120. 120 to like 110 is probably the sweet spot, somewhere in there. And then ADS field of view affected, wide, default, off, least, off. Now we're in the controller settings, and for my button layout, I slide with my back right paddle, but so I just have it bind into my right bumper. And then I made my right bumper a keyboard key, which is my dive key, my control key. That way I can just dive with my right bumper, and that way my right bumper doesn't slide at all. I'll explain it. So like, I have my dive key on keyboard and mouse setting set to control. So then I just bind in my right bumper and the Xbox accessories app to control, if that kind of makes any sense to you. That's why I have my controller so weird. You don't have to do that. It's kind of confusing. It just makes, makes you a little bit better. You don't have to do that at all. I play on a 7.7 sensitivity. And then this is just, off, input dead zone. That's just for each controller. It's totally different. Now we're in the aiming tab. For your sensitivity multiplier, I play on a 0.85 multiplier, but that's just whatever your personal preference is. And then standard, and then aiming advanced options, you want to go into here and make sure that aim response curve type is on dynamic. I have no idea why they make the settings so complicated and you have to go into show more. It's kind of stupid. Hopefully they change that when the game actually comes out. And then on, off, and then, that just doesn't matter. Now we're in the movement. I play in tactical sprint assist. So this is how you get instant tac sprint. You want your tactical sprint assist on, and then you want 0 sprint assist delay, and then you want that on and on. Mantle assist, you want that off, and then automatic airborne mantle, you want that off. And then hybrid, you got to play in hybrid. Diving's so good in this. You just got to get used to it. You really got to power through and work it out for the during the beta and stuff, so that way you're even better when Warzone comes out, because the diving is just so good. You can dive in any direction. You got to play in hybrid. That's definitely crucial now. And then in the movement advanced tabs, you want this on toggle, off, on, single tap, sprint, trigger, and on. And then under combat, you want hold, ADS melee, grouped, hold, manual fire, press. And then in the combat advanced settings, there's only one setting that you should look at, and it's the dedicated melee weapon behavior. I play and hold melee, so it's really similar to Apex, because you're not really pulling your melee out a lot, and you don't want to get mixed up when you're trying to switch between your SMG and AR. So you just hold whatever melee your button is, and then it pulls out the knife. Otherwise, you can make it so when you're swapping, like when you're pressing Y, it'll come up, but that's just not as good, I don't think. So make sure it's on hold melee. And then under the audio, I have my master game volume set to 100, and then your gameplay music volume set to 0, your dialogue volume set to 40, my effects set to 100, and then my cinematic music volume set to 0. And then I play in PC speaker because it's the best for hearing everything. And then this is just whatever your system is. You want mono audio off, obviously. And then your interface, make sure you have skip introduction, moving on to get into the game even faster. And then your telemetry, this is just whatever in the top corner, like your frames and stuff all up there. So this is just custom whatever you want. And then under readability, this is where your color customization is. I play in filter 2, and then you have it set to both, and then I have it set to 100. This is what I like. It's personal preference though. I think this makes the game look a lot better, but you can see kind of what it looks like. Filter 3 also looks pretty good, but I prefer filter 2. And then under the gameplay HUD, you want the minimap set to square, minimap rotation set to on, radar set to on, compass type minimap, fade after 10 seconds, on, full name, on, and on. And that's it. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe and follow my Twitch. The link will be in the description.